Hi, my name is Talena Norfar. I am a math teacher at Northwest Classen High School, and I'm happy to share with you this week the learning packet that you will discover when you pick it up at a mill site. Let me share with you how to go through and understand the directions for each subject area. First, you would have Algebra 1 packets. Inside of them is a review of equations. There will be basically 5 different activities, one for each day. There will be an example of how to do these activities at the top of the paper and reiterated again with the answer right here below. Please make sure you show your work just as is demonstrated in the example, and complete several of the problems or as your teacher instructs you. Then you would have, for geometry, review of parallel lines with transversals, as well as parallel and perpendicular lines. So you will have a few days that's dealing with parallel lines cut by a transversal. It would be an assignment like this where at the top, it's going to explain to you what you're needing to do, which in this one, it's identifying the actual types of angles. And these are the 4 different answer choice options. So you place it here. So that's one aspect of the practice. But then also, sorry, you will have parallel and perpendicular line, the equations. So for instance, here it's asking you what would be an example of an equation that is parallel to this equation, but uses this point. You also will have a perpendicular example. So in this particular one, we're wanting just the slope of the line perpendicular. So I need to actually convert these equations into y equals mx plus b format, and then say what the slope would be that's perpendicular. And that's your geometry packets. Again, one for each day, basically about parallel and perpendicular lines. Now for Algebra 2, it's reviewing graphing, all different types of functions. Again, there's 5 different practice problems inside of this one. This is actually a reminder of how to graph with absolute value and seeing if you remember how the graph changes just by changing these numbers. But there also will be practice with basically creating a table of values for a function. Remember where you actually you actually insert the x value into the function and find out what the y value is. But like I said, there is still more practice on graphing. So make sure you pick anything, submit it to your teacher. And again, plotting points on the graph by using a table of values or actually the patterns. All of those are great examples. Let me show you one last thing from Algebra 2 that is a graphing. And again, you can use the actual function for exponential and use the x values to replace the x value or substitute as another word that you may remember, and you would actually find the answer for the y and plot it on the graph to graph the exponential functions. This concludes my video tutorial on how to actually understand your learning packets for the second week of distance learning. Have a great week.